for another late night with Adonis Paul. But until then, I'm Adonis Paul, your food and beverage administrator. Remember, I have AIDS and I'm not real. I'm your friendly friend. As long as you don't repeatedly call my phone over gay internet bullshit. Later! Nah, that wasn't me. I was the guy who Cybertaz is talking about here, who says, for two, I thought I would have to stream for years to get my own personal Mary. Your personal Mary decided that he was going to, like, fucking text my phone multiple times today. And then when I'm like, hey, man, I'm busy working. Hit me up tomorrow. He's like, oh, you don't have any time for your fucking boy anymore, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, listen, I'm working. He goes, it's important, man. Can you just take 5 minutes for once, even though I take hours to have to talk to this fucking unstable mess of a man? Then he hits me up. You know what it was? He wanted. I said, okay, but you better not talk to me about this gay Cybertaz shit. He's like, no, it's important. So I hit him up. You know what we want to talk about? That gay Cybertaz shit. Chewed that motherfucker out. And then he went too fucking far, and I told him to go fuck himself. So yeah, you won't see him around in here anymore. After that, we have a fat neighbor dispute, because we're talking about a fat neighbor dispute right now. But yeah, that had to happen. It was time. That shit was getting ridiculous. I was getting harassed at 4 a.m. after the fucking show. Before I'd even clicked stop streaming last Saturday, my fucking phone was ringing. I hit do not answer. The phone rang again. It was time to tell that motherfucker.
Okay, look. There's something funny about watching an animated character pause like that. Rang again. The pause was this is why I hate AP. AP always has an advantage over people like us, because anything AP, like me and AP could come out and say the same thing and do the same bit and hit the same notes. He's always going to be funnier because it's just funnier listening to a cartoon be abusive. When I do it, people just don't like me.
He's acting like a little fucking woman, and he can either bring some proof to the table or shut the fuck up. Bitch. And now a fat neighbor dispute.
All right, now there's more. I'm going to play more, but to start off, I want to just, because I don't want to get ahead of myself here, I want to make sure step by step that I'm going along with this, so we're all caught up. This has been going on for a couple months now, and I have to come out and say that myself, there have been more than one. I can't say for sure more than two, but there have been at least two, but I believe at least 3 attempts to drag me into this shit. And, you know, look, I'm with AP. I don't look, if there's like gay listener drama going on, and neither one of the listeners has any proof of any of the supposedly illegal or terrible or immoral things that the other person's doing, then it's just 2 fags that hate each other on the internet with hearsay, slinging shit at each other like everyone else on the internet. Everyone I don't like's a communist. Everyone I don't like's a pedophile. Everyone I don't like's a terrorist. Nobody really ever has any fucking proof to do these things. So I stand with AP on the count of, I don't care about any of this shit. Like, if you guys are fighting with each other, I have no way of running this many shows, trying to do all this other shit, trying to build this site, dealing with Rumble, dealing with this shit, dealing with that shit, dealing with my car, dealing with my apartment, trying to move, all this crap going on. IRS, all that shit. And then people want to involve you in, like, their life, like, in a weird way, in a very weird way. And they want you to take one side over the other. And then, you know, look, the same thing. Look, Tennessee Marine sent me a DM on Instagram with a link to a tweet he wrote. And I can't remember what I said to him verbatim, but I said something because it was a tweet. I clicked the link. I looked on Twitter, and it was a tweet about, I've been trying to warn people about Cybertaz for a long time. And, well, I guess it's just loyalty. It's money first. If these people give you money, I guess you just have no integrity. I want to establish a couple things here, Tennessee Marine. One, I view you and Cybertaz both as AP guys. You're not my guys. Number two, Cybertaz, with all due respect to Cybertaz, because Cybertaz is still in the top 30th percentile of listeners of this show that donate money to this show, probably in the top 15th percentile of people that donate to this show. But that's counting all the people that have never donated $9 to this show. Cybertaz throws me a couple $3. In fact, Cybertaz is the perfect listener. Because he'll throw you a couple bucks. Hey, I got a comment to make. I'll throw my fucking 2 cents into the mix, literally. I'm just breaking your balls, Cybertaz. But Cybertaz does not give me even close to enough money for me to cover him for any sort of allegations that would involve underage sex, like anything that's that fucking dark and illegal. I don't care. Dude, if Trollier Than Thou was outed as a pedo, I would have to wash my hands and go, I don't care about this. I don't. It's not about me, whatever. If you have proof, then I'll go, fuck, you know what I mean? If I found out, all right, Trollier, that's why I fucked up because I was reading stupid Virgie's thing. If somebody said to me, oh, fucking Trollier Than Thou, we just back traced it and we traced it to this guy and he's got 3 first names for a name and he's molesting kids, I'd go, okay, fuck this guy. I want nothing to do with him. I'll denounce him. You've got proof. He's it's like the Chase and Rance thing. I went after Chase and Rance because he fucking was a registered sex offender. I read the police report. I read the thing and I went, this guy's disgusting. And then how he conducted himself after he had molested this girl and gotten in trouble for it. We still laughing and joking with his buddies and shit. But if you are going to come at me and say, like, look, right now, I'm just going to pick random names. He's Trollier Than Now, 69 problems, but pedo ain't one. That's what I mean. But if you come to me with weak shit, and some of you guys have done this before, where you'll go, and I'm just using Trollier Than Now as an excuse. Hey, man, like, I don't know who to talk to about this, but, I know Trollier Than Now donates a lot of money, but I found out who he is, and it turns out that, like, he's engaged in, like, really problematic behavior. And I'll be like, what kind of problematic behavior? Well, he's like divorced and his ex-wife said blah, blah, blah about him. And apparently he doesn't treat women very good. And he's apparently like, he does drugs. And I'd go, oh, okay. Is any of this like illegal or particularly immoral? Are the women are they above age? Yeah. I'm like, they don't fucking really. Are they raped? Are they getting raped? No, they don't really care, man. You're coming at me with some weak shit. But if you come at me with somebody like, yo, this guy's fucking kids, my first response, like he just said, is always going to be, Jesus Christ, how'd you find that out? Well, because he said so. And then you show me the same weak-ass screenshot that you've been circulating around for like 6 months now. I saw the screenshot of what Cybertaz said. It was a fucking stupid joke, which he'll get into in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. But again, I don't want to be involved in any shit. If somebody is really doing something and you have proof, and enough people agree, or sometimes we don't even need proof. We've been democratic before. Sometimes enough people have just come together and said, yeah, this guy fucking sucks. And then we go, yeah, okay, man, look, it's not like, dude, we've kicked people out of the community for sins less than fucking a kid. We've kicked people out of the community before because they were just getting on everyone else's fucking nerves. That's enough. It's enough to just go, look, man, it's not like I've done this when I ran nightclubs, when I ran strip clubs. Do you know how many women I've had to, I'm not going to say the word fire because you're not allowed to legally fire. Do you know how many independent contractors who I terminated with the club? Nice save, Mersh. I have fired at least 2 or 3 dozen women from strip clubs who didn't even necessarily, I didn't have them on. Oh, by the way, Melanie, you gotta go now. Sorry. She knows she knows the rule. She wanted to get cute. Toasty wins. Unless it's a fake Melanie, which it might be. But if it's the real Melanie, well, then Aegon. But do you know how many strippers I've had to let go? Because, and I've said this to them before. I've had certain ones say to me and go, but I didn't do nothing. And I'm like, look, I don't know if you did or you didn't. But I didn't do nothing, though. Like, these bitches be lying on me, yo. I always have a philosophy that if I have a club that I need to have, 25 to 30 sex workers in good morale or relatively good morale to make them work. And there's one woman that they all hate. I get rid of you. And I'll tell people that. Look, you know what? I could be right, could be wrong. Maybe you're innocent, maybe you're not. But I now have a morale issue on my hand where it comes down to, do I have to deal with the fucking morale of, you know what I mean, hundreds of other people? Or do we just have to deal with, like, you're the, like, everyone I've spoken to says, I hate this person. And you go, then you gotta go. We've even done that to some people around here. Just some listeners that were just annoying faggots, and we were like, you gotta go, man, sorry, everyone hates you and you gotta go move to a new school. Just the rules. So it's like, it's fine, but like, Cybertaz is fine. We've always been fine. Everybody's fine with Cybertaz. Like, Cybertaz has always been a pretty chill guy. He makes stupid like, he's gonna explain this clip, which I guess I hit the wrong button.
Calm down and relax.
Oh, man, why don't you go back hang out with Gulf City, man? Act like you didn't say all that shit about them. We know we'll see you in that chat soon.
Ooh, that was brutal. That was a little meat. That's when you know AP's done with you.
Calm down. Shut the motor off for a few. Get the fuck goddamn out of my fucking way!
That's how I answered my phone last weekend. After I hit do not accept call, and then it rang again. First thing out of my mouth when I answered the phone, are you a fucking woman? What are you, some kind of fucking woman? Went straight to ass chewing time. I was out of line bullshit, dude.
Oh, get the fuck out of my way! Calm down. I am fucking out! Calm down. You move your scooter! Good. Calm down. Put it down! Move!
Oh, no. Oh, she pushed down Grandpa. Oh, man. You think this happened in Gunnersville?
Put it down! Move!
If that was Joey Diaz, he'd be falling down a lot less quietly. Oh, son of a, what are you doing? Hey, Joe Rogan, help me. She's out here kicking over my goddamn chair. I got a jiu-jitsu injury. What are you doing? Oh, look, he looks like Don Vito, except he doesn't have a 16-year-old girl's butt cheek in his hand. Come on, Don Vito, get up. Oh, no.
My scooter! My fucking scooter! You bitch!
You know, Grandpa, I'm starting to think you didn't need that chair. She might have done you a favor. Look at you. You're like Bill Dauterive right now. You thought you needed the chair, but it turns out your diabetes were cured. You beat diabetes, Bill. Cybertaz says, I'm sorry. I should have just offered some dude to go blow him. I don't want to start shit with the guy or anything, but I mean, like, yeah, that went down because that was getting fucking ridiculous. It was getting to the point where I was like, dude,
by the way, me and Virgie were laughing about this today when we were watching this because it was so funny listening to this because AP is so much more of a pro than I am when it comes to doing a show at night. And I kept commenting as we were watching this earlier, like, oh my God, like, he this is me. Like AP had fucking had it to the point where he was turning into me where he was just like, I can't do my show now. Now I just hate this person and I can't fucking stop.
I just say straight up, like, best. My fucking best friend, Amos Moses from the chat, don't fucking hit me up like that. Don't you ever fucking, you knew damn well I was still in the air too. You want to call and have it out on the air? You can come into chat and be like, yeah, I want to do this right now. And I'll fucking humiliate you in front of 400 people for being such a whiny little woman bitch. Every time you get drunk, you start harassing your fucking male friends like they're your ex-girlfriends. You're not shy about telling me when you got a problem with something I do. I've been on the business end of many a calls where I'm trying to be fucking nice and trying to be friendly and shit like that. But I'm like, no, I think you're wrong about this. Well, then it's got to be, well, keep taking that ped money. You're such a great fucking dad letting a fucking pedo hang out in your fucking chat. Even though he...
And there it was. And there it was. Look. I'll fuck around. I'll talk some shit. You know what I mean? But that is what they call constitutionally not even protected First Amendment shit. That is what in the First Amendment they make an exception for a thing called fighting words. Now, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the fighting words thing personally. I think that all speech should be protected. And if you hit somebody for saying some shit, you should be in trouble for hitting them over words. That's my philosophy. But that's not the law. The law is there are certain times where you say shit and get hit. This is why many times you fucking mouth off, call some black guy the N-word, and they just fucking batter you. Depends on how bad they batter you. You call a black guy the N-word and they beat the shit out of you until you're within an inch of your life, they're going to go to prison. But you call a black guy the N-word in front of enough witnesses and they go, bah, one time and put you down, bro, he might not even go to jail that night. But in court, they're going to be like, so you were drunk, you guys were scuffing, you went back and forth, you were trying to de-escalate, and then he called you the N-word and you snap, hey, look, I get it. He didn't have no broken bones. He's alive. He just had a fucking nice shiner. Get over it. Maybe don't fucking pop all that shit off all the time. You know what I mean? Like, this is one thing the left always says, right? Like, freedom from speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences, man. And I agree and I disagree. I don't think that you exercising your free speech should result in you going to jail or losing your job or getting doxxed or any of that. But face-to-face speech sometimes look, I'm just saying, like, I know constitutionally, it's wrong as a human to hit somebody over mixed words. But I also know that if I'm at a bar and some big black guy is being obnoxious and I'm not even involved in the situation and I turn to him and go, listen here, you fucking I know this is what we, you read statistics and data. It's like a dice roll. I know that I now have 2 out of 6 odds or 3 out of 6 odds of rolling a punch in the face. But if I hit 7s, I win. If he backs down after I say that, everybody's going to go, whoa, what a badass. But you're very, very likely not going to roll 7. You're very likely going to roll a number that's going to hurt you. And you're fucked. So I'm just saying there's a different understanding between here we go. Ben in the chat. Nice move, Mersh. Banning people that pay. Good business strategy. Hey, can you trolls figure out for once if I'm a fucking grifter or if I abuse the people that give me money? Which one is it? Do I abuse the pay pigs and chase them out of my life, or am I a grifter? Pick a fucking lane, you goddamn Reddit spurgs. You guys use Reddit as a hub. Reddit as a hub for this gay shit. Stop coming in here like you have anything to say about the size of my dick. Ooh, oh, I'm both. Okay, so there you go. I'm both. So you're a child. So you're a literal child. Got it. Just want to make sure that you are a literal child. Am I one thing or am I the complete opposite thing? You're both things. Oh, I nailed them. Okay. Am I a pedophile or do I bang grannies? Like, which one is it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck.
He's got goddamn nothing. Here's the truth, Tennessee Marine. You made your case against Cybertaz for a fucking year. It was a nothing burger. You went on JJ Stoner's show. It was a fucking nothing burger, buddy.
It wasn't Nothing Burger. I saw the screenshot.
You got shit. You say there were witnesses to this alleged fucking, like, pedo joke he made in a fucking public Discord. But everyone who was there was like, no, Tennessee Marine was just drunk and fucking hates Cybertaz. It was bullshit. It was nothing like that. You've had a year to try to make your case. And then you got to call me and be like, well, if you're my friend, you'll believe me. Nah, not my friend that I think is just predicated to hate somebody for some reason. Fucking now is obviously making shit up. But if you're such a fucking tough...
Yeah, just make sure you're using the real people, because some of these people are real people and then some of them are not real people. Because that's the new gimmick. The new gimmick that the fucking wish they were me people are doing is, I'll go in there, Aaron poses like one of his fans' names, and then when he bans them, say he's banning his fans. You'll never be Sam Hyde, buddy.
Tough guy. You want to interrupt my show making phone calls during my fucking show to where I've had to block your fucking number.
He's a good boy.
Well then, hey buddy, why don't you just fucking call in? Why don't you come to the chat and be like, I'm in the Discord, and I'll let you in here and you can tell me and everybody else. You can make your little case against Cybertaz right here live on the show. But I guarantee you, it is going to end up with you being fucking embarrassed. You crossed that line with me when you were like, oh yeah, fucking dad of the year over here. You want to bring fathering skills into it, motherfucker?
That's a bad thing to do.
There's a lot of ugly things I could say right now. Things that would make you fucking cry. Straight up. Like a little bitch.
Okay, we're going back to the show. That's good. You knew, yeah, man, it's like this. You knew you tried to like slide. It's AP totally off the rack. I love this. I love this. Look, these are the moments I live for. That's why people go, let his Mersh always pick on his fans. Because I love drama and I'll fucking go at anybody. You want to come at me with some gay shit. So when somebody really does some gay shit, and you even give them multiple chances to let go of this gay shit, and they won't, and then they bring your kids into it, oh God, AP's just fucking now going full Mersh. Like, no, fuck that. I'll keep pausing and just fucking bash this asshole.
Bring my daughter into it, that it was going to be a fight. My answer to you was, you know, you can make enemies talking like that. What's the difference between him and James Robert Clark? Oh, I don't know, man. About a mountain of fucking proof. Here's what Tennessee Marine says happened. They were talking about fucking ugly bitches. Cybertaz Googled crackhead woman or woman on crack. Found a picture of some skinny, cracked out meth head. Posted and said, this is my fucking girlfriend right here. I pay this bitch $50 or I pay her like $5 to fuck. Some stupid fucking innocuous joke. 7 people or so watching this whole thing go down. 6 of them laughing like, you dirty motherfucker. Crackhead fucking motherfucker. Tennessee Marine, that's an underage girl. Everyone's like, no, it's not. It's just a crackhead. But Tennessee Marine, I got him now. Oh, I got him now. A year later, you're still trying to run this little gay op on Cybertaz. Shut the fuck up. Well, he admitted it in JJ Stoner's Discord. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Do you understand what would happen if somebody in that Discord would have been like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking admitted pedophile? They'd rip him limb from limb.
Another point to AP that I have to give to you. We'll let a lot of degeneracy stand around here. A lot of, like, I would say the majority of degeneracy that involves legitimate consent. When I say legitimate consent, I mean that you're not retarded and you're old enough to make your own decisions legally and you can legally give consent. We get a pretty high tolerance around here for that shit. But we do not have any tolerance around here for shit that doesn't involve consent. I honestly think that people, for the most part, are live and let live around here. It's none of my business Why do I give a shit what they're doing? Is it behind closed doors? Are they not pushing it on anybody else? Are they not recruiting people for their lifestyle? Then I don't care. But as AP pointed out, the biggest difference is the mountain of evidence. I saw the screenshot about CyberTaz because, again, Tennessee Marine came to me about this months ago, and I went, and you can ask him. I treated it seriously at first. I might have said something like, hey, man, I don't usually get involved in this bullshit, but, like, do you have any proof? What? He sent me the screenshot. The screenshot was a nothing burger. There was no, to compare it to JRC3, who is literally, he's used the word Lolita more than I ever feel comfortable hearing in a lifetime. He has posted pictures of young gymnasts. He told Eliana that she was a cute piece of jailbait. James has said more than enough things for you to go, I don't like this guy.
You liar. You lying piece of shit.
What happened? Police are coming? Why?
Because you're riding the bike on the track.
I don't think it
By the way, he's moving on to another video now.
matters though. I'm just trying to go. I'm just trying to go play soccer.
Hi, we've got a kid riding a bike on the track up at Edison High School.
I think they got
Oh
better
shit, arrest him.
things to do.
Hey, you know what? You can still find that picture if you Google, like, I got to get the phrasing again, but it's like the second picture when you search Google, and everyone universally looked at it and went, no, that's not it. Hey, Tennessee Marine, you know what question TM couldn't answer for me? Describe the picture. I asked him that. Describe it for me. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Can you describe it for me? What was a long time ago, man? So wait, you didn't take any screenshots. You say this was witnessed by 6 people, who I had to hunt down some of them because you don't remember who they were either. But this dude you hate, who you're so worried you have to bother me in the middle of the night about gay internet shit, supposedly does some full-on fucking ped shit, and you don't take a screenshot, you don't remember who was around there to witness it. Yeah, shut the fuck up, you lying piece of shit. You come into my fucking chat, start being like, oh, well, you accept donations for pedophiles, start to bring me into it. Congratulations, you brought me into it in public. You abused the trust of me giving you my fucking phone number. Quite frankly, because you were so on fucking edge and suicidal at the time I gave it to you, I thought I was helping somebody out. Thought I was being a friend. Turns out you don't give your fucking... Like, the 2 people I've given my phone number to on the internet, both have abused that shit. No man should ever call another man, and if, like, he hits the red don't take call button, call right back. I answered the phone like, are you in the hospital?
I will make one exception. I gotta say, overruled Adonis Paul. This is why you have to have other people involved when you write legislation like this. I agree with you, sir. But just like with abortion, we got to make exceptions. Like the rape and incest stuff should be on allowed list. I'm gonna side with you. That you're right. No man should usually ever do that. There's only a few times you should be able to do it. Is if you think they're overdosing, you suspect that they're dead, you're their boss, and the cocksucker no-called, no-showed. That's it. I think those are the only 3 I could think, right? So listen, while I agree with the foundation of your proposed legislation, counselor, I would ask you to please go back, sit down with your legal team and rewrite the language of this bill so that we can get it through the Senate. Roxy says, what if your dealer be slacking? Bro, when I was selling drugs, dude, I used to block people that did that shit. I would literally block people that I made lots of money off of if they got too obnoxious. I don't need the money that bad. I've never in my life needed money that bad. If I did, I'd have a lot more money. So that's all I'm saying, counselor. Go back. You just have to adjust the law a little bit. I agree with you that most men should never do that. But there are some exceptions where you're like, Jesus, is this guy dead? Keep calling. Try to wake him up.
Hospital? Is there an emergency? No, I want to talk to you about this CyberTaz thing. I said, I just hit end stream. You think this is that important? Told him the same thing today. Told you I was busy. You think whatever I'm doing isn't as important as you getting drunk and wanting to talk about gay internet shit? You're acting like...
AP, if there's one thing I've learned about the listeners, I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are cool. I meant a bunch of other listeners that aren't here tonight. You guys are awesome. AP, between you and me, guys, everyone cover your ears. Everyone cover your ears, and I want you guys to hear this. Yo, I'm gonna count to 3, and everyone will have their ears covered. 3, 2, 1. Dude, between you and me, some of these people are fucking obnoxious. Dude, if I could fucking Minecraft some of these people, I would, AP. Do you understand the answer to your question? Do you think that whatever you need right now is more important than anything I'm doing, brother? Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God, wait till the audience gets bigger, brother. Wait till the audience grows beyond a level you ever imagined or wanted. Wait till you start getting, and I mean weekly requests from random people who've never met you in your life, asking, and I quote, if you'll get on a phone call with, well, you do understand because you did it with Tennessee Marine. From what I understand, it was, I'm not going to expose the situation, but let's just say it was a situation where he was proposing that he was, in a real bad place and really, anyway, like I was saying, I did hear that, he was a guy, oh man, I'm really sad, I need to talk, whatever, that kind of shit. Like kind of doing like chick shit when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, dude, that shit happens. It happens a lot, dude. It happens to me a lot. I try to send email, like people ask me for shit, ask me my opinion, advice on all kinds of shit, whatever, and I fucking email them back. Some people legit, AP, will do the same shit, and honestly, man, you gotta, there's a line you gotta toe, man. I know you're being a nice guy. We were all a bunch of fucking marks at some point in this fucking game, right? Like,
what a mark.
All of us were. It was a more innocent time back then. But the truth is, AP, is that all these people end up being weird. And the guy that's going to be the weirdest and turn on you the hardest is the one that wants your phone number. It's always the one that wants to, extend beyond what is appropriate in a relationship. And that's the guy. That's always the guy. That's the future Redditor. That's the guy. So it's like, yeah, dude, like, I understand, bro. Like, it sucks. It's frustrating dealing with it, but I've already dealt with a half a dozen motherfuckers like this. Half a dozen motherfuckers who never had my phone number. Just need too much. And think that when you don't have enough to give, they're like, oh, yeah, I see how it is. Think you're fucking big time, huh? And you're like, no, but you're not the only one who wants to sit on a phone with me for a half hour. I'm going to call my sister in 3 weeks. I'm going to talk to my nephew in 2.5 weeks. What do you want from me? I've had bitches I was dating that I don't talk to every day. I'm sorry. It's just the way I'm wired. I'm not already a very cut off person. And then on top of that, you have a million people just being like, hey man, could I get a fucking, and it's like, I can't. No, I can't. I can't be ever, like, I'm just some asshole with shitty takes who tries to make them funny and tries to make a couple bucks and, whatever. And if the show does good, I'm still here. If the show does bad, I'm still here. But when it comes to when people start wanting to cross into a different realm with you, you go, man, I can't, dude. I'm sorry. And this has happened to me a lot, dude. And it's more like it's very many people that have done this to me. I've had people fucking start voice calling me on Facebook and on a Saturday night while I'm out with people. And just like what AP described, I'm talking people that have multiple dialed me like a couple times in a row while also, and you could go, man, I was drunk. I kept ass dialing you. I'm sorry. But in between the voice calls, sending me messages going, man, pick up. Come on, man. It'd be so cool if we talked, man. And then everybody's just like, well, you're such a dick sometimes. And it's like, because, man, you just have to be a fucking dick sometimes. Sometimes you just have to establish fucking boundaries with people very early and very quickly. There are some people out there that watch the show, that donate to the show, who have demanded as much attention from me as people that I've like been real life friends with. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Can I call you on the phone? Dude, if my own sister says, if I'm in a bad mood on a weekend like I have been in the last month, I've been very depressed all month, by the way. I'm in a deep depression this month. Today was the first day I fucking pulled myself out of it, got up early, handled like 5 different problems that I have going on right now. Got on the phone, got aggressive, got people running around, working on shit. Like I was taking charge today. I took all my vitamins, which I haven't been, I've been taking my hair stuff again. And it's because I decided I'm not growing tits. I'm just paranoid. And then I was like, I'm just fat. And then I was like, I'll start taking my vitamins. Like I was taking my vitamins, but I've only taken them spotty. And I'm like, no, I got to start getting back on my regimen and drinking water at the book, ending the day with water and getting a bit, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to take charge again. But like it's been a rough month, and then in between that, you have shit like that happens, and I'm with AP on that. Shit's weird, man. I don't know what to tell you. So around for fucking, you know what I mean? 2-hour shows 10 times a week. It's 20 hours a week of just being live, and it's prep and website shit. We're working on this. We get fucking all this shit. We got to pull together, network, get guests booked. And then people are like, yo, can I talk to you? So like if my own sister called me and I'm all beat up like I am this weekend and she goes, hey, could you call me right now? I'm not going to lie. I might text my own sister back and go, what's going on? Is it super important? Can I call you tomorrow?
Like a fucking woman. Go hang out in the drama community if you want to do that. There's no Kumite for you to run to this time. You're just out.
And it's against the rules of the school.
Fucking Karen.
By the way,
Karen, bro.
By the way, we need to retire Karen.
Fucking Karen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck.
Yeah, by the way, Tennessee Marine Spectrum Embryon has a good point. If Cybertaz is so guilty of all this legit pedo shit you have absolutely no proof of, then why are you been screaming in chats for the last year instead of going to the cops? Instead of gathering some fucking information, doing some intel gathering. That's what we did with James Clark, since you asked the difference between him and James Clark. James Clark's an admitted pedophile. He wasn't just making a joke. We have screenshots of him stalking little girls. That's the difference.
Why?
Because you're riding the bike on the track.
I don't think it matters, though.
Dude, I do remember seeing the original screenshot. I mean, it's been months, so I don't remember because, to be honest, if you showed me something 6 months ago and I didn't care when you showed it to me, I'm definitely not going to remember that shit 6 months from now. I've seen some of those beautiful titties you've ever seen in your life. Maybe had some of them in my mouth, and I forgot some of them. And so many titties in my mouth, I've forgotten about some of the best ones. What happens? You got to, your brain has to delete memories to make room for the new ones. I don't remember. I just remember him going, Cybertaz is a fucking pedo. Here's my, and I was like, do you have any proof? And he goes, oh, here, check this out. And I do remember looking at a screenshot. And I remember reading it, and I remember going, okay. And then, like, I went back to what I was doing, and then, like, I looked again a couple minutes later, and I went, oh, like, is there a part 2, or was that it? And he's like, nah, it's the screen. And I'm like, that is your smoking gun? I'm like, I don't really think he's a pedo, and so I'll be honest with you, this is all gay internet drama shit, but do you have like anything else? And he's like, nah, man, unfortunately, most of that stuff I didn't screenshot and it all got deleted. And I'm like, okay. Right. The old, I didn't have any evidence of it routine. Well, here's my philosophy in life. If you ain't got no evidence, there ain't no crime. It sucks. And I'm not saying that people out there aren't doing immoral things and not getting caught for it. But at the end of the day, if you ain't got no proof, ain't no fucking crime. And I just remember seeing a screenshot of, I remember seeing the crackhead screenshot pic, the pic of the crack girl. And I remember being like, Just seems like, as AP said, it's just a dumb joke. Who cares? It's ZJ93 bought a coffee.
If it's not too expensive.
Says, I like Tennessee Marine, and searching Cybertaz when he told us about this like 6 months ago did yield a bunch of really weird sex pest shit. But literally none of it was underage. And when I asked him why he waited so long to bring it up, I said in a DM, I didn't think I'd be believed. Well, you have less proof than ever. Why bring it up now? Well, that's a good point. No, and I look, man, is Cybertaz, as Mike David likes to say, is he a sex guy? Maybe. Look, man, I still do some perverted shit sometimes. Like, it just doesn't involve kids, and it doesn't involve animals, and it doesn't involve, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, but like, could you, look, if somebody said to me, hey, Mersh, I'm blackmailing you for, you know, whatever, $500,000 that the IRS has got. And I go, for what? What are you blackmailing me about? I've got proof that you've been sexually messaging underage girls. I'd go, okay, I guess then just come at me, Hoss. Now, if somebody said to me, hey, Mersh, I'm blackmailing you, and I go, well, what do you got? And they're very vague, and they go, well, I got some very unflattering videos of you that were taken at a strip club, and it involves drugs, and it involves you paying for sex, and it involves really crazy orgy shit. And I'd be like, hey, you wait, you want me to pay you to not tell people that I was like paying for a threesome and doing a bunch of blow and like, you nuts? Please, I'll pay. In fact, I'll tell you what. What do you want? You wanted 100,000? I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. I'm going to give you 5,000, and you just tell everybody that story, please, and make it animated, make it cool. You know, punch it up a little bit, and also make me sound cooler. So, if your thing is he had some sex pesty shit in his past, who the fuck hasn't? I've said on this show before, there's shit I did in my 20s, like legit shit I did in my 20s that nowadays would be Me Too level shit. Shit like not where I was like raping women, but like shit that where I was like, by today's standards, for instance, right? If you're fucking blackout drunk and they're blackout drunk, that's rape. By those standards, then at certain points that shit apply. Like, but I just never had anybody where we got blackout drunk and fucked. I've never been in a situation where the next day they woke up like sobbing and were like, I can't handle this. I can't. Oh, God damn it. Like, how am I going to explain this to people? You know what I mean? Like, I've just been like a lot of these things like, and honestly, a lot of that has to do with not getting caught. And by that, I mean, not getting caught. Like, a lot of times people will cheat. That's what happens a lot of times, is that people cheat. And then when people cheat, and that's why I think a lot of people want to add this whole, oh, if you're both drunk, it's rape. And it's like, okay, so you want to add another qualifier so that you can save your relationship when you get caught cheating and say, oh, I was raped. It wasn't that I slept with him. He raped me. I was so drunk. Everyone who saw me that night knows I was fucked up. I've just never had that shit happen, because any chick that even was cheating with me, we were all fucked up. Like, we never got caught. Like, nothing ever happened. Like, they never got put in a situation to go, oh, he did this. Like, he's fucked. And woke up the next day. Hi ho, sailor. So, you know, there's a lot of that sex pesty shit. Like, whatever. I did wild shit when I was younger. Like, shit where everybody was on so much drugs and alcohol, you could make a case nobody could give consent at the time. But it was like, man, we were all pretty, you know, pretty clear-headed for the most part. We were fucked up, but everybody seemed to be really into it. You know what I mean? The problem is that Tennessee Marine kind of leaned on that. He's a pet. Like, that's the thing. Everybody on the internet, when they go, I want to smear this guy on the internet, he's a pedo. Like, okay. And you know what? If he is, just like AP said, if it's James Robert Clark, if it's somebody that has openly admitted that they have an actual predisposition to being attracted to underage gymnast types, okay, put him on a list. Let's batter the shit out of this guy. People seem to forget the fact that we got in a beef years ago that started the whole our Mersh fucking let's stalk Mersh thing, and it started over a guy that sent a fucking unwarranted dick pic to a chick that that was a listener, a chick that's not even part of the community, a chick that's like a batshit crazy retard that nobody even likes. But that wasn't the point. It was like, oh, we saw the conversation, and it was like, you're just sending your dick to people like that. We can't have that around here. So imagine what we would do to actual pedos. But again, the person that said, hey, he did this, we saw the screenshots, and then we approached him with the screenshots, and it was one of those like interrogation videos where he immediately went, okay, fine, I did it. And it's like, all right, well then don't do that shit, man. Tighten up. You gotta get out of here. But when you go, this guy's a pedo, and you show me a picture of a crackhead girl, and he's like, oh, I mouth fucked this girl for a fucking, you know what I mean? For a Lincoln. I'm like, no, it's not really enough to, I'm not ready to throw the handcuffs on him.
Yeah, he's a real tough motherfucker till he gets called out and told to bring his ass in the fucking Discord, because I'm in the mood to go at you right now, dude. Be honest with you, I had that shit buried since before the fucking show, and I was like, I'm gonna do my fucking show and not mention it. You want to jump in and be a tough guy, make your case? Come on, I'll hear your case out. You want me to hear it out so bad? You want to humiliate Cybertaz so bad? Jump in the fucking Discord. I guarantee you at the end you're gonna be embarrassed.
I'm just trying to go play soccer.
Hi, we've got a kid riding a bike on the track up at Edison High School.
Yeah, rattlesnake hands, I know. And that's why I've put up with so much shit from him, because he was my buddy that had problems. And I can't tell you how many late night phone calls and on the edge talks and just fucking drunk and needed somebody to talk to and bullshit with talks I've had. All these, but those favors go one way. I've never asked him for a fucking favor. Never called him like in the middle of the night like, oh, I need to talk to somebody right now.
AP. Amen. You're preaching to the choir, brother.
But he calls me up like, listen, man, I've always had your back. So you don't have my back now? No, not when you're full of shit. You're doing what friends do. Telling you you're full of shit. You need to leave this whole thing alone. You look dumb. You look fucking retarded right now.
I think they got better things to do.
By the way, we are so deep into this. This is like 2 clips in and he's still going. By the way, I gotta say this. Look, knowing how AP is usually funnier than this when he's breaking these videos down. And I'm not knocking AP right now. It's just, it's not he's not fun. I'm just saying he's not as funny as he usually is. Like he's giving this bitch shit and he's like trying to do his, but you can just feel in this video how he's totally like, I'm trying to do my bits. And it's like, yeah, seriously, what the fuck? You're breaking this guy's balls? You might be doing healthy shit. Like, AP would usually just be shredding her for her goofy knees and her terrible fucking stuff. But he's just, all he's thinking of is just, this cocksucker, how dare he try to fucking issue ultimatums to me? Like, he's still just, so he's going, yeah, come on, why don't you leave this guy alone? He's exercising. He's already thinking, oh, by the way, you little faggot. Like,
cross-train.
She really calling the feds, bruh.
The feds, bruh.
She really calling the feds because I'm like...
The feds? It's the Connie police.
Oh, I'm not roasting TM. I still like TM. TM is just, he just went full fucking retard. You can still be my friend after going full fucking retard, but you're not going to do it without giving a full fucking apology. Like, look, man, I'm sorry I said that thing about like, oh, you're fucking great.
I'm sorry. I did that.
Dad, man, hanging out, you know, like, yeah. If you'd have been in my fucking, if we'd been talking face to face, I'd have racked you in your pussy ass mouth for that. Oh, he was a Marine. Yeah, but he's also from Tennessee. No, I mean, I wouldn't say real friendship ruined. That motherfucker's still in the, like, the redemption can apologize zone. But you ain't gonna come into my chat talking shit, like, being all public about it without me saying something back. And then run away like he didn't even hear that whole rant that night. He actually came in the chat talking that shit and I gave it to him. You think that was bad? You should have heard me pick up the fucking phone. I started out cool. I was like, what's up, man? You said something important you want to talk about. all right, man, you got to believe me. And I was like, this is cyber shit? Did you just fucking trick me into calling you? Because you couldn't get me on the fucking phone? I talked to him like a little child earlier.
That's not great. That's not a good look. And, you know, coming from somebody who will admit that I acted this way when I was younger, I was a lot more histrionic and dramatic, you know, but I was also going through a lot of crazy shit at the time. But like, I don't know, man, when you guys do that, you know, and I don't want to put out anybody's shit, but let's just say that some people out there, some people tend to start being very, very histrionic when they need you to listen to them. That is narcissism. And it's not a very good, it's not fun for people to have to deal with in life. Nobody should ever do that. Nobody should ever, like, you know, it doesn't matter, especially if you're like, you know, you're in a relationship and it's not working out and she goes, I want to leave you. And you're like, text her, I'm going to fucking kill myself. You know, and you're like, and then you get them on the phone and they're like, no, I'm not really gonna, but just talk to me. You know, or if it's like somebody going, I'm going to kill myself. And you're like, all right, look, I will call you right now. We can talk. But like, I want to warn you that if anything about what we're talking about is about us getting back together, we're not getting back together. And then, you know, you call and you're like, I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, you're going to get through this. If you need a support system, I'll help. What's going on? And then they're like, I miss you. I need you back. And you go, you motherfucker. You promised that this was about your mental health and this was about your safety. And you fucking tricked me into getting in touch with you. And I even set a boundary and said, do not make this about whatever our romantic prior thing was. But do you still want to talk? And you said yes. And I called, and the first thing is, I need you back. That's manipulation. It's manipulation, bro. That's fucked.
Stop resisting! On your back.
Sorry!
She bit me.
I'm sorry! Oh, I'm peeing! Oh my God!
She's peeing.
Deserved every fucking word of it.
Amen.
You called another man who said he was at work. He ain't got time for this shit right now. You told him it was an emergency. Ring you up, see if you're in the hospital or something like that. And it turns out you want to talk about gay internet shit. If you'd have knocked on my door saying that shit, I'd have put a gun in your face for being so fucking stupid.
Texas, it would have been legal.
Get out of my house.
Please! Please, you're hurting me! Please!
401, I got 295. Everyone's going down. She bit.
Congratulations, TM. You're successfully the second person I've ever had to block a phone number from. Donga was the first. You're in good company. You see what company you're keeping now?
Anyway, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. We're done anyway. We killed more than enough show. Stop it. Again, I'm just trying to back up AP tonight. I myself was privy to this months ago. There were attempts at dragging me into this several times. I rebuked all of those attempts because it was fucking like, again, I actually didn't rebuke all attempts. I take that back. The first attempt to bring it to my attention, I did what anyone would do in that situation, and I replied with, what do you got? But what you got was nothing. So, just, you know, if you ain't got proof, like, I the same way you should just understand as an adult in life, I can't just go bursting into the mayor's office tomorrow and say, the man is a pedophile. And then have him go, well, how do you know? Because I know a guy and there's some people and we saw and he said a thing one time that's very questionable but not illegal. And you go, you know, don't go fucking full on, what's his name? Serpico. Don't be Serpico unless you got the tape of the mayor.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. Feast your ears on that Spin Doctors mix. What?